Hi guys, it's Ross. Hope you're having a great day. Just today, I just thought I'd sort out the wood for the winter. It's beginning to get a lot colder every night. I mean, overnight virtually. It's just the weather's completely went cold. So I just thought I'd get the wood ready for the stove. Now, usually my dad would do this, but I fancied doing it. In fact, I was watching a video, the rumpled one, made a couple of days ago, where he was splitting wood. And I just thought, yeah, why don't I go out and split some wood? I've done it hundreds of times before, but I just felt like doing it. And funnily enough, I enjoyed it more than I don't think I've ever enjoyed it before. You just you don't realise what you're doing. You just sort of get on with it, and it's like meditation almost. Just thought I'd share that with you. So if you haven't done any wood splitting recently, why not go out there with a hatchet and just split some wood. Now, we tend to have virtually an indispensable amount of wood because where my dad works, I'm just trying to make it clear, I'm not trying to cut now because it's a very unsafe way to cut. I'm trying to get the axe out of the thing, and then I'm trying to smash it through. Yeah, now I'm trying to get the axe out of the thing. But anyway, where my dad works, because he works in a power plant, they're always getting new bits of kit in. So you get these you're constantly getting pallets come in with bits for the machines and all sorts. So he's virtually sort of 20 pallets are coming into his place every day, and he can take as many as he wants because they pay for them, in fact, to be taken away. So that's just what I'm chopping up. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot happening on in the world. Well, actually, I haven't mentioned it yet. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment. It's in the Middle East, and funnily enough, in the UK, we haven't heard a thing about it. We heard something a couple of days ago about the ambassador of Libya, the US ambassador to Libya, being killed, but I don't think that was a 2-minute segment. But other than that, we've heard absolutely nothing. And you go on the internet, and what's happening? Absolute madness. So I'll have to watch the 10 o'clock news tonight and see if they're saying any more. But this morning they weren't saying anything, hadn't even heard of it. In fact, the person that brought it to my attention was Goose Arrow. She made a video a couple of hours ago about it, and I didn't have a clue what she was going on about at first, but then I saw it and thought, ooh, something's definitely going on. So my preps this weekend will definitely going to be increased a lot. I was thinking of going camping, but now I'm beginning to wonder if I'm going to have time to go camping. I think I'm just going to get my head into prepping for this weekend, so there'll probably be a lot of prepping videos going up at the weekend. But yeah, so that's basically it. I think, let me just go and check where all this unrest is going on. I've got a Daily Mail article up here. Rage against America. US embassies across the globe under siege. Thousands of Muslims staged violent protests over Mohammed film. Now, I don't quite know what this film is about, but apparently the actors that are in this film have came out and said that all the words have completely been twisted and it's nothing to do with what they said. So it's going on in Bangladesh, Tunisia, Egypt, Yemen and Iran, and I believe obviously Libya as well. And also on the 7th, Canada withdrew their embassy from Iran, as they said it was very politically unstable, and nothing was mentioned about that on the news. So, well, what does it say here? Yeah, while all this is going on as well, President Obama is in Las Vegas partying with famous people. One of them was Jay-Z. I haven't heard of him. I think he's a rapper or something. I might have heard of him once, but I don't know what he does, what type of rapping. I presume it's all the same. But yeah, anyway, that's what's really going on in the world. So if you're in the UK and you haven't heard about this, go on the internet. At the moment I'm on the Daily Mail website, sorry, having a look at it. But yeah, there's a lot on the internet about it being a conspiracy, so America have got another reason to enter another endless war in the desert, and I'm sure that us in the UK will follow on just behind. And don't worry as well if you're in America, because we sold off all our navy, so if they attack us first, we'll give you a couple of days warning, I suppose. What's this? safe house where Ambassador died had no marine guard, and his body was missing for 5 hours. It's a bit strange. There's a lot going on as well that about it all to be doing with the anniversary of 9/11. Oh, it was on 9/11, so 2 days ago. Oh, we got information about it yesterday night, so that's a day. That's a day late. None of these times are matching up. What did it say? Sometime between 10:15 and 11:20, Mr. Stevens was taken from the main building by the Libyans to the hospital. Strange. It looks like the embassy's been completely bombed out, and just completely destroyed and ransacked. But back to the wood splitting. Now, after this section of film finishes, I do a lot more. I think I was splitting wood for probably the best part of sort of an hour and a half, just going gently. I think next time I do it, I might put on some thick gloves, because I suppose that just means I can just sort of power through it. Although it was just quite good fun, to be fair. At the moment, recently, I've been looking at walking boots. You can see I'm not wearing my walking boots, I'm wearing my walking shoes, because my walking boots don't seem to be working. The insulation is completely gone, and they're like sponges. Now, I think that's because I bought a reasonably cheap pair. I think they were only about 40 quid. And they weren't a well-known brand. But I think what happened is I got them just before I went away skiing, and what happened is where they were constantly going inside and outside, the water from the snow was freezing, getting between the Gore-Tex, going outside and melting when I go inside, then coming outside and freezing, so it's constantly freeze melt. I think just completely tore the waterproofing apart, and that means they've kind of rotted a bit, and they're like sponges. I mean, my school shoes are more waterproof than them, and even these walking shoes are more waterproof. So I'm not quite sure what boots to go for. I'm not quite sure whether to go with what I've always gone with, and some walking boots, some normal walking boots, and I don't know whether to go with some leather ones, some Gore-Tex ones, or some sort of half leather Gore-Tex type ones. Or what I've recently been looking at are the Magnum boots. I think I'm not going to spend any more than sort of £50 on any boots. But one thing I can't seem to find out on the internet, so if any of my viewers that are watching this video know about Magnum boots or have got a pair, how far is the tongue of the boot sewn in at all? And if so, how many inches are they up the ankle? Because they look on the picture like they're very, very low, and I know they're supposed to completely chuck out water, but I would like a very waterproof pair of boots, and that's the attraction of the Magnum boots, because obviously they're higher. It's almost like wearing sort of half gaiters as well with them. What am I doing now? Sorry, I'm recording the footage separate to the video, and I think I've just disappeared. And like I said, after this I do probably another 45 minutes or so of chopping. Now, this is the wood that I've got stored up for the winter, and this amount my dad will probably get some more, cut it on the big circular reciprocating saw type thing, and we'll probably pile it up, so there's sort of another third on top of that. But that usually lasts us all the way through the winter, and as well with the other wood shed, which you're seeing now, that will definitely last us all winter. And especially if there's an extended winter, that's why I'm trying to chop it up so it looks like there's less, so my dad brings more home from work. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. I hope I didn't sort of blabber along for too much. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.